What's up guys, my name is Zach and today I am driving a 2014 Hyundai Accent Hatchback. Up front is a 1.6 liter inline 4 and down below is a 6-speed manual, yes, manual transmission. Now I am super excited to be driving this here Hyundai Accent because I'm in Florida. I think these cars are cool and interesting. I saw one on Turo and I decided to rent it for my work trip down here in Florida. So I am so excited to share this car with you guys today. But if you'd like to check out my website, zackpradel.com, I have merch, I have stickers, as well as I have a blog where I write behind the scenes posts on what I'm filming before it comes out, as well as you can submit your own vehicle to be reviewed by me through the submission page. So if that's something that you would like and I will come to you and film your vehicle, you can submit it there, and that really helps out the channel and helps keep it ad-free. So thank you. But let's get back to that 1.6 liter inline 4 under the hood, making a whopping 138 horsepower, 123 foot-pounds of torque. Hyundai/Kia has used this engine time and time again. It's a very common engine. We saw it in like Kia Rios and some of the Souls and things like that, and other vehicles across their lineup. Nothing really too interesting. It makes okay power. I'm not mad at it. But what I am having fun with is that manual transmission. 6-speed manual transmission. Is it a very sporty manual? No, and the car will bark at you to upshift all the time. There's a little screen in the gauges that'll tell you when to upshift. It's not very sporty. It's very economical, but it does feel good. It feels nice and tight, and I know exactly what I'm doing, and it can be fun to rev out here and there. Just don't expect it to feel like a race car. All right. Here we go. Yep, it's a car. Last but not least, of course, the Accent is front-wheel drive. With that out of the way, let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have two physical gauges on either side, the tachometer on the left and the speedometer on the right. And then I do get a little screen in the center for my coolant temperature, fuel, range, odometer, and things like that. That's also where the shift up notification will come up. On the steering wheel, it becomes quickly apparent that this is a base model because there are 0 buttons on the face of the steering wheel. 0, not a 1. However, I do have cruise control around the back on a stalk, but that is it. Off to the left, I do have my gauge dimmer switch and traction control button. This does have traction control, which is nice. And on the door, I have my power mirrors, power locks, and power windows. Moving into the center, I have 2 climate control vents, as well as the radio, which I am gladly surprised at. Actually sounds pretty decent. You know, this is a pretty base model car, pretty basic car, but the stereo does sound not bad, in my own opinion. Then down below that, we have the hazard switch and the rear defroster. And then we have the climate controls, very basic here. Temperature, fan speed, and where to send it, as well as recirculating. Down at the very bottom of the center stack, we have the aux in, USB in, and 12-volt outlet. Very, very nice that it has a USB in. I have been utilizing that quite frequently on this trip. It's a very, very nice feature. Moving to the shifter itself, the shifter feels very basic, very plastic, very meh. But it is manual, and I didn't even know that they made these in manual. Down below that, I have a little cubby, the handbrake, and cup holders. So we will do a big friggin' bottle test here in the Hyundai Accent Hatchback. And to my surprise, it passes. I had no idea this thing would pass, but lo and behold, it do be passing. Then we got to talk about the seats. The seats are very basic, very economy. They are covered. These are seat covers, so this isn't the normal material. Like I said, this is a Turo rental, so it has seat covers. Not that interesting. Let's go take a quick look at the back seat because you might be a little surprised. All right, so we're in the back of the 2014 Hyundai Accent Hatchback. And honestly, the hatchback really helps with the back seat room. I've never been a big fan of Hyundai Accents from the front seats back, but honestly, headroom great, leg room when I sit normally, great as well. I don't get a center console. I do get power windows, which I guess is a nice feature. I don't get really any amenities back here. However, I fit back here, and that can't be said about a lot of smaller compact cars like this. Speaking of space, as the lights finally decide to turn off, let's go take a quick look at the trunk. All right, so around the back of the Hyundai Accent Hatchback, there's a nice solid latch in there. Feels really good. And all there is my Wawa hoodie. Shout out to Wawa and not Sheets. Tons of space back here. This is a really nice part of the hatchback. Now, I don't have the privacy cover that would normally go right there. However, tons and tons of space. I would say adequate, if not probably actually more than my Mazda 3, which is really great. And that second row of seats does fold flat as well. That is a huge, huge benefit of the hatchback. You can fit a ton of stuff and fold the seats down to create a van-like feeling, which is fantastic. Now we got to talk about the looks, and I absolutely love this sort of Cinderella blue look on the Accent. I think it's fabulous. I think it looks really, really good, and it makes a otherwise bland car pop a little bit. You know, I actually really like the color of this car, and I've actually really enjoyed driving this car. So let's get to my final thoughts. What do I think altogether about the 2014 Hyundai Accent Hatchback and Manual? Well, I think this thing has been a really good rental. I've had fun with it. It's fun to shift gears in a new town. And I think it's really blown me away in a handful of areas, mainly the back seat and cargo space. I know that should be expected out of a hatchback, but I'm still decently surprised. I'm really surprised and happy with the sound system. I'm happy with how the car drives and feels. Does it give you a ton of input and make you feel like a race car driver? No, it feels like a rental car, which is what this car is. But I picked this car because I thought it was very unique and interesting. Another side note, just because I think it's funny, this was sold down in Mexico as the Dodge Attitude. And funny enough, I also reviewed the Mitsubishi Mirage, which was later also the Dodge Attitude. Dodge just loves rebadging Asian cars, I guess, down in Mexico. So if you're in Mexico and you say, hey, that's a Dodge Attitude, that's not a Hyundai, you're technically right. I think these cars are so interesting because I don't really see these as hatchbacks all that much, to the point where I saw one at Walmart the other day and I posted a picture on my Twitter account. That's how shocked I was. And so finally driving one, I think these are solid, fun little cars. Are they that exciting to the normal person? No. They're not gonna make you do a backflip and jump out of your seat, but it's fun to drive, it's cool, unique, it's good looking. And for the time being, and that line's important, time being, I'm having fun with it. I'm satisfied with it. And so my time here in Jacksonville, Florida is coming to an end. I have to say I've loved every minute of the warmth, and I am not terribly excited to go back home to the freezing cold temperatures of Chicago. But much like the weather, this car to me is like a summer fling. Fun, exciting, new. But all of that has to come to an end. And you have to go home at some point and go your separate ways. But even when you do go your separate ways, whenever you hear their name, you can't help but smile a little bit. Good job, Hyundai Accent. Thank you.